Hello guys, this is Cesar Creates and welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally finishing our entrance building for the Desert Adventure Park. We have been building this building for last 3 episodes and today finally we are able to finish it. Last time we created a gift shop for this park, and in case you haven't seen that video, I will put the link down in the description and on the screen. So if you didn't watch it, definitely go and do so, if you want to see how the interior of this building is coming along. As I told you guys, I am on my vacation. By the time this video will be uploaded, I will probably be back, but it will be like the first day at home. I hope that you've been enjoying your Africa pack, the new DLC for Planet Zoo, which unfortunately I still wasn't able to play because me being away. But as soon as I will be back, I am downloading the new DLC right away, so I can create some lovely habitats for new animals. I already have so many ideas, so definitely stay tuned because we'll be uploading a lot of new videos with a new Africa pack, and I know I am a little bit delayed, but hey, I need to have my vacations from time to time, so sorry guys that, as I told you before, those videos are not, in the theme of all the videos of other content creators, but it is just because I was away during the time when the new DLC was released. So in today's video we will finish the entrance, as I told you. We will finish this entrance main part when the guests actually enter the zoo and they spend the first minutes of their visit in there. We'll also create a restaurant that will have like its own entrance. You need to like exit this building, this whole entrance hall, and then you can enter the restaurant. And then we'll focus very shortly on a staff area for this park. So yeah, this is what we'll be doing today in this video. As you saw, I had this really cool idea of a photo booth or like photo opportunity for the guests. Many zoos have them. It's a very fun way, to have a very lovely memory for our zoo. You just, put your head inside of it, so only your face is visible, and you can take a fun photo of you and your friends or you and your family. So I wanted to create something like this. Of course, I created it with canva.com. This is just a custom billboards. Unfortunately, we cannot, do holes in billboards, so this is just, black round shapes, but I hope that you'll be able to see what I was going for. I had like some issues with creating this camera. Maybe it's not too, realistic and so on, because we don't have a lot of those very tiny pieces in the game, and the camera is a very tiny object itself, so creating that is really challenging. I was looking also for a blueprint of it on the workshop, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so I decided to create my own camera, and it is looking a bit weird, but it is still a camera, so I'll be leaving it as it is for right now. As you can see, we are continuing this plant thing on the wall that we did on the outside of the building near the actual entrance. I really like how it looks, and in the actual building, because if you haven't seen my later videos with this park, this whole building is inspired by the entrance to the Dubai Safari Park, and they have a lot of those planters on the walls as well in this park, both outside and inside of the building. So yeah, I wanted to include many of them in here because I simply love how it looks. I'm a bit surprised and disappointed in myself a bit that I wasn't using those, wall panels with plants earlier in my zoos. I just I knew that they existed, but it is the first time that I am using them like a lot and how they are supposed to be used. Yeah, but I love how those plants look here. I also, included some other plants, not only those panels. I sunk in the ponytail palm tree, I think it is called, and some other plant like this elephant-eared plant and so on. And in the end, it looks really, really cool. I didn't include all the footage of, creating those plant panels because I didn't want this video to be too long. It was just repeating the same thing over and over again, so you guys will probably be able to figure out how I did them all. And when it comes to this video, there will be more of those, parts that will be cut out just because the video I didn't want it to be too long, and there are a lot of things that I repeat a lot, so yeah, I hope that you guys will be able to figure out how I did them. In case you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section down below. I will try to, answer them all and describe more how I did certain things if you are not sure how I did them or have any questions. As you can see, I also added a custom billboard with a logo of our park, I would say, and also I created some continuation of the dunes of the desert, so that we were able to create this corner with, for example, a wallpaper or something, but it looks really cool. Of course, I was inspired by the real building, but they have it totally different, so it is totally my creation. I create, as I told you guys, all my custom billboards in canva.com, and also if you would like to use some of my billboards, I always upload them to my Discord channel. There's a special thread or channel on my Discord with the custom billboards. You can also upload your own billboards in there if you want to. If you want to use my billboards, you are welcome to do so. Just go to my Discord and download them, and you can use them in your parks. I will be adding some vending machines also inside of this entrance. I love the vending machines, as I told you earlier. They are such, a realistic addition to the game, and those are the perfect places to have them. They're near the entrances, near some more important buildings in the zoo. So yeah, I thought it was a perfect place and spot to add them, with of course some drinks, because we are in the desert and our guests probably will need a little refreshment from time to time, so we'll be adding a lot of those in the zoo. In the original building, I remember that there were also some vending machines, so yeah, I thought that it would be cool to add them here. Right now I am also creating a little planter or something, area where there are plants, just for the sake of decoration, I think. So it is more pleasant to the eye, the whole building, and it's not so very modern and I don't know, cold or something. I wanted to plants, so you can expect a lot of plants in this building. Also, I won't include all the footage of adding plants to this entire building. I mean, there'll be a lot of them around the restaurant in the staff area, and I thought that I'm just doing it over and over again, so there is no point of showing you guys all the things. I am sure that, as I told you, you'll be able to figure out how I did it. So inside of this area we have a very big building, the one that I am working on right now. I think that in the original building there are some offices for workers, so I added one of the staff areas, so our staff would actually go inside of it. I also wanted to include a toilet in here for the guests, so I just wanted it to be a little bit hidden, so I put it more inside of this building, moved it further there, and outlined it with the plaster pieces, so that you are not really able to see the actual toilet. The guests will still go in there, but they need to do this turn. And behind the corner there's a hidden toilet, so it's not too visible when you're entering our park and the first thing you see is a toilet. So yeah, I wanted to hide it a bit, and I think in the end it looks really cool. I am so happy that we are finally done with this building. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it. I am so proud of myself that I was able to build something like this. But finally we'll be able to finish more on the outside part. We'll be able to start building some habitats for animals. This is what you guys love the most about this game, and me too. So yeah, no more building stuff for a while for this park. And now we are able to focus a bit more on animals. I will add several habitats now. I already have a order in my head of what I want to add. Some of them are obviously the animals from the new Africa pack, so yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. So yeah, I am really excited. This building was such a challenge. I think that it is the most challenging, the most detailed, the biggest creation that I ever built in this game, so I am kind of proud of myself that I was able to nail it. But I also very like how it is looking at the end. Of course, there could be even more details and even more things inside of this building, but it already took me so much time to build that detailing it even more and further is something that I don't want to focus on, and I just want to move on. But still, I think that it is very cool, very unique, and I hope that you guys enjoy this building and this whole entrance as much as I do. This video is obviously pre-recorded because, as I told you, I am on my vacation, so I recorded it before I left. And by the time I left, we just had all the animals revealed for the new Africa pack. I didn't have any chance to play with them, but let me just say that I love them all. I just think that all the models from what I've seen on the pictures are so spot on. They look really cool, really well made, and it's hard for me to pick my favorite, to be honest, just from the pictures, because I love the meerkats, as I told you before, because they are meerkats and they are just one of my favorite animals because they are so playful, but also, those vicious little animals. I also love how the fennec fox looks in this game. I think it is so unique and I'm so happy that it was included. The scarab beetle is something it is an interesting choice, but I still like it. Even though it is just an exhibit animal, I still think it is a very nice addition to the game because I just like the insects in this game, I don't know why. The rhinoceros looks really well, and I'm also very happy that it was included because we were missing it for sure. And I really love the model of the African penguin. I love the pattern on the feet and the wings. They just look so cool. And the chick also is very adorable. So yeah, all the animals are super well made, and I cannot wait that I'll be back and I'll be able to play with them a bit. As you can see now, I am creating an additional planter that will be in the middle of this entrance area. So in the original building there isn't such thing in there, but I just didn't want to leave this huge open space because it looked a bit weird to me. In the original building there are some temporary displays in the middle. There are some photos that you can have a look on. There are some animals that the keepers bring here so that you can take a look on them, like snakes, guinea pigs and so on. But I thought it will be a perfect spot for more plants because I love them, and I decided to create this wooden planter and use a trick of hiding the branch inside of it so the guests can actually use it and sit on it. Because if you put a branch, you can always cover it with some other materials and the guests still will be able to use it. Just make sure that the pieces are almost at the same level as the branch, so it's barely like hidden, so that the guests, when they sit on it, they won't, you know, sink into some objects. They will just look at as they're sitting on your, you know, custom piece that you just created. So yeah, this is what I'm doing here. The guests will be able to sit around this planter, and I think that it is very realistic and something that it is seen a lot in very, you know, in a lot of public places. You see those planters or something, fountains that you can see sit around. So yeah, this is something that I was going for. And actually I also wanted to include a fountain here, so you will see a very like small one, but it's a really nice detail. I will add also a lot of plants in there and one big palm tree, because just we have a space here for the palm tree, so I thought that it is a perfect place for it to add, and it also adds to this tropical desert vibe that we have for this zoo. There are still no guests in our zoo, so I cannot like check if it actually works, but I'm sure that it does. When we'll build our first habitat outside, I will actually like let the guests in, so we'll start to have some you know, people walking around here. Right now it's quite you know, empty. I just didn't want them to, you know, cram in here, because you know, we can limit the number of guests to 500, and this is like basically what I do in all my zoos. But still, we have one small habitat inside of this entrance, the capuchin monkey habitat that we've built already on the channel, and if I would let those people in right now, they will just like, you know, cram around this habitat, watch the monkeys, and you know, we'll have a lot of, you know, traffic jams. And so I didn't want to deal with it right now, and I decided that I will let the guests in after we have something done outside, so they'll be like, you know, going through this building and going outside, not, you know, stay and cram all inside of this one building. I always limit the number of my guests to 500, because I think it is quite unrealistic to have those large crowds in the zoos. I know that the zoos are attractions, and the more people and guests they have, the more money they earn, and so it is very good for the zoos to have a lot of guests. But let me just say that every time I've been to a zoo, I never saw such crowds inside of them, just as we have sometimes in Planet Zoo when you don't limit the number of guests. You know, the zoos are popular, but not so much. The guests just come there for the walk to see the animals. You never have like crowds around a certain you know, habitats. There's several people always that you walk, you know, you pass by, but I never seen a zoo that was crammed with people that like some we have here in this game. So to keep this realistic and also to help the performance of this game, I always try to limit the number of the guests, and I think that this way it looks much better. Right now I am working on a wall that is like near the actual entrance to our park, so the guests will enter, you know, the park and to see the habitats through those doors here. So I wanted to like include something fun for them on this wall, so I created these custom billboards with the quote, "Let the adventure begin," so you know that they know that it is a start of their adventure here. Just something fun, and I thought that it is like well suiting in here. It is also like a wallpaper, some decoration for this wall, and I really like this. I added also some plants on the top of this wall for some decoration. Those are those century something plants. I think that they look very cool as a desert plant, so you know there's this picture or you know graphic of the desert on this custom billboard, so I think that they suited they're perfect to add in this place, and they look really cool. Behind this wall there will be a restaurant that we'll focus on in a second. Just as in the original building, I didn't like divide this to those two areas of our building, I mean the restaurant and the rest of this entrance, so that the wall isn't, you know, very high. It is just high enough so, you know, there is this visual block and so on, but still it is dividing those spaces, and, you know, the entrance to the restaurant will be from the outside, but it is still open and I really like it. We just need to make sure that the ventilation in the restaurant is very, I don't know, well, so that the guests won't smell anything, any food in the rest of our entrance building. As you could see, I also added some details to our photo booth, like a carpet or something, and this plate that you have to collect your photo in the checkout of our gift shop that we created last time. You know, when the photographer takes a photo of you and your family and friends, you just go there and buy this photo. They sometimes, you know, also add some fun like effects to this photo, so yeah, you have like your perfect souvenir from the zoo and a very, very nice memory. Right now, as you can see, we started to work on our restaurant. It is very like simple and very small one. We just have two of those in-game restaurants in there. There's one with I think it's chief beef, and the second one is with water. I forgot how it is called. Pip shot water or something like this, if I am not you know, wrong. In the original building, the walls, like above the actual place where you order your meal and so on, is decorated with, you know, metal, like decoration that is cut out from the metal, and it shows the trees, plants, and some monkeys. So for me, it was perfect because we, you know, we added capuchin monkeys to the habitat inside that is just next to the restaurant. But you know, it was very, very hard to recreate. At first I tried to use those you know, signs that we have in game, wall signs that are white but you can change the colors of them, but it looks very, very weird. I didn't like it, and in the end I decided to delete it all and like make it with those signs that we are given within South America pack. There are like those signs of capuchin monkeys and some vines. I'm not convinced to it, but hey, just let it be for a while. Maybe it will grow on me. If not, I think that we'll figure some other decoration for it, but for now it will stay. We also added the desert wallpaper here for the sake of decoration. I really like how it looks, and I think that we'll be using it as, you know, this repeating pattern in the other parts of the zoos as our branding or something. Yeah, I really, really like it. In the original restaurant we have, you know, chairs and tables. We don't have them in game, I mean functional ones. We can obviously create them ourselves, but I still wanted the guests to be able to sit here and eat something. So I decided to go for those African branches that have, you know, this giraffe pattern on them, but you can recolor them and make this disappear, so that we have those wooden chairs and wooden you know, tables. It still looks fine, but I wish that we have something you know, more looking like actual tables and chairs in the game, but for now I think that it is fine. There are a lot of plants in this restaurant in the original building, so I also wanted to add a lot of those in here. I didn't include all the footage again because it is basically the same thing that we already did inside the main area of the entrance, but there will be also some of those smaller planters that are included here, and I think that, you know, they add a lot of warmth, and it's always good to have plants in the interiors because I think that they just simply make everything look much better and they much warmer, much more pleasant. So yeah, I always add a lot of plants everywhere that I can. Inside of the restaurant we'll also create our own custom trash bins, the ones that, you know, you take your plates, you throw the leftovers inside of the bin and you leave your plate or tray on top of it. So we created something similar for the Elm Hill City Zoo inside our food hall, and I wanted to repeat it here because I love this idea and I think it looks really cool, and it's a nice way of hiding those trash bins that don't always fit inside of those interiors. So yeah, I really love this idea. For this restaurant, we also used the sliding doors that we created last time. I mean, maybe not last time, but in the first episode of our desert adventure park. Of course, they are not usable, they are not sliding when the guests are approaching them. But let's imagine that they do. They'll be constantly opened so that we don't have any guests going through them. I'll be also using them for the staff area that we'll start to work on soon. So yeah, just a little disclaimer of how I created those sliding door last time. Okay, and once we are done with our restaurant, we'll start to work on this whole staff area. So this whole entrance building actually consists of two separate buildings that are connected with this gift shop or something like this. They are both, those glassy buildings with this glass roof, and one of them is bigger, and the bigger is done right now, and now we'll focus on the smaller one. And in the smaller one, I think that in the actual building there's also a staff area, so I wanted to focus on that. There will be a lot of staff buildings, so firstly we can hide them. So they won't be scattered throughout the whole zoo. We'll just have this one staff hub in here, so I wanted to commit this entire huge building only to the staff. I think that in the future we also create a little parking lot for them and just to have outside of this building. So I added here all the staff buildings that are available in the game. Some of them are huge, so yeah, this is a perfect place for them because they fit here with no problem. I also didn't want to make this staff area too detailed because we won't be visiting it a lot. The guests don't see it, so I just wanted to be done with it and finish this building. So I came up with an idea of them having different sets of walls. Some of them have concrete walls, and some of them have those wooden walls that were introduced with the aquatic pack. And I really love the combination of those two materials in here. I divided the transitions of different materials with some wooden columns, so it looks even better. We did all the flooring with this breeze blocks. I think that is called floor, and as well there'll be a lot of plants, so those workers have a really nice and interesting place to work. I think that in here we should think about those buildings as more offices than, I don't know, keeper huts or veterinary clinics, because this stuff will probably be somewhere in the back of the zoo, and it doesn't have to look this well. So yeah, this is just a area for staff, to work. They have those offices in here, but also to rest. So we have those staff rooms so that they can go and chill, make themselves some coffee, eat something. So this is a perfect place for our staff. So this is all that I have for you guys. Please enjoy the rest of this speed build where we are finishing this staff area. And stay till the end because we'll have some cinematic shots of this entire building and the whole interior of it. So yeah, finally we are done with it and you can see this entire building being finished. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, it really would mean a lot to me. And subscribe if you want to see me build more of those detailed buildings and realistic habitats. We will have for sure a lot of them in the future. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up down below. Ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. And comment down below if you like this video and if you have any suggestions of animals that we should add to this zoo. I would really love to hear those, and if you maybe have some suggestions on how I can improve my videos, those are also very welcome. I try to reply to all my comments, so your comment for sure won't be unnoticed. Okay guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!
humble